PewDiePie, YouTuber, big
Yes.
sensation. Surprised Goran has
Yes.
no idea who he is. Massive following, very
Yes.
well known. His base of
Almost
people,
as well known as me.
much more. He's
BJP. BJP.
BJP. You wish. Anyway, we're not going back into that. I'm not doing this. Okay. However,
Yeah.
PewDiePie. Fucking hell, you made me lose my train.
Okay,
of thought,
you're saying
bastard.
it sounds weird, like it's like pubes or something. I don't know what you're saying.
PewDiePie, Cutie Pie. I didn't think that's where he got the name from. All right, going back to the point. He's not a person who talks about steroids. He's not someone who talks about health issues or anything like that.
Right.
But what he did was he did this like 11-minute expose, essentially talking about influencers and celebrities and people in the fitness game that are just on juice and not telling you, juice being injecting all of the steroids into your butt cheeks, man. Right? That's basically
it. Eating the
all
baby
of them,
food.
man. Every single one of them. And in all fairness to him, he just eliminated them. The title of the video is called "Every Fitness Celebrity Influencer is Lying to You." Just watch it, and it's masterful how he just took them apart bit by bit. And what I loved about it was the fact that somebody is talking about this genuinely, who has a massive platform that can really amplify this shit. Because
which is what he said, isn't it? But
yeah, there are issues.
He didn't say he's against it. This is really good, clear point. He says, "I'm not against people using steroids, but it's about transparency." And his real point again was the people that sell you fake shit, right? Who say, man, you can get the results in like 8 weeks or 4 weeks. You just got to do what I do: eat this, and do this exercise. Special like rep. Do a couple of these, and that's it. Jamie hates this by the way as well. He's like, people go to the gym. They do the weirdest, most obscure isolations without doing any compounds, but they think they're going to get these like super gains in it by doing like the bicep curl is special like way, or like doing like twist at the top, some shit. So yeah, and it was good because he did go through like all the main ones I would think about who are like big and jacked. Rock,
so here's the thing, exactly all of them. He went through like The Rock, saying The Rock. If you look at how he blew up from being a wrestler to now, your testosterone deteriorates when you get older. It doesn't boost dramatically to that point. And he said, look, it's not about how hard you're working out. It's about how much aid you're getting outside of it.
Yeah. But he said the point is, like Arnold being world champion, like 8 times in a row, Mr. Olympia, or Lance Armstrong winning 7 titles when he was doping, you still have to be good. I think that's the people. I know he did say in there that you can make more muscle by not doing anything versus somebody who gyms.
Exactly. That's what made me think, what the fuck? You can actually generate and grow more muscle, not training and taking steroids, than actually going to the gym and doing the exercise. That blew my fucking mind. I was thinking that just makes you feel worthless, not to go. Sorry, it makes you feel inadequate going to the gym. Genuinely, it makes you think, what's the point? Honestly, what is the point? Now, Goran, I've got a couple of questions for you as a doctor.
Dun, dun, dun.
How do steroids actually work, and what is muscle synthesis basically?
So in your body, you have the smallest sub part of a protein is called an amino acid. Okay. So we get that normally from our foods. Amino acids then will make chains, get bigger, and they'll form proteins. So when you go to the gym, you're trying to do. There's 2 ways to essentially build muscle, but what we do in the gym does one. There's hyperplasia and there's hypertrophy. Okay.
Yeah.
Hyperplasia is what cancer does. So you have loads and loads and loads of cells. That's one way of like say like when you get like a mass or growth. That's what's happening. It's too many cells. That's not what you do in the gym. What you do is you want to induce hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is you have the same number of cells, but the cells get bigger. And that's what you're doing. That's what muscle looks like. And obviously, Jamie used to say this all the time, both of us, progressive overload. You're putting a muscle under stress, which then says to the body, okay, this is damaged, therefore negative feedback, release hormones to cause protein synthesis, i.e. amino acids, and therefore as it comes back, recovery, your muscle gets bigger. That's what we do. We just put something, but unless the muscle is under stress, why will it ever grow? It's got no reason. And it's the same with the brain, obviously, isn't it? If you're not stressing the brain, it's never going to be pushed. So it has to be pushed in a controlled way. That's what.
How do steroids help you get a bigger edge on that?
Yeah.
Is it just jacking your body up with more of those hormones that you simply don't produce?
Exactly. So it's the rate and speed at which it's produced. So you're just getting massive spikes. That's what you're doing, because it's what we call exogenous supply. So what we produce in our body is what we call endogenous. Your body is regulated by negative feedback. Turns it on, turns it off, turns it on, turns it off. But it's a slow thing. And that's important because, like he says in the video, there's so many side effects of taking steroids. The reason why our body does it slowly is so we don't get all this other shit. Now, outside of the gym, so your mom will probably know this, but a lot of people for, let's say, respiratory conditions, COPD, on long-term steroids, or rheumatological conditions will be on steroids. Long term, that has a lot of side effects, man. Diabetes, weight gain, hair loss, thin bones, lots of mood swings, depression. In men, you can become infertile. Loads and loads and loads of things.
Infertile. Right? So fucking hell.
Yeah, it's like I think it's in the film Grown Ups, the first one, when they're at the water park.
Okay.
And there's that guy, and he's like flexing all the women, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's pretty hench." And then he comes over, and he's like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" He's got like a really, really squeaky voice.
Oh,
right, because he's become what we call hypogonadic, so his estrogen is really high.
I see.
That's obviously one of the side effects. So yeah, coming back to your original question, it's basically you're getting a supply of muscle without the stress. That's why you said you can do it when you're not at home. You're not benching, but you're having protein. You're getting steroid released or being injected in as if you have done a bench, but you've not done it, and it's more than your body would produce. Either way.
Fucking hell, man. I wonder how readily available all this stuff is. Like how easy it is to get it.
Available.
Is it?
Yeah, Jamie talks about this.
Can I just jump onto Amazon and get it?
That I don't know. Well, yes, there'll be certain ones you can get, but I think the potent shit that people have in gyms, like the injection stuff, Jamie's always like, it's just
like growth hormone and stuff.
People just come up to you like, yeah, you want some gear? You want some gear? Like it's proper like little ring.
Yeah, no, okay.
And he goes like, I don't know about in Pure Gym, but he goes, another gyms used to be, and you just find this shit like in the locker room, like needles and stuff.
Oh, bro, in my old gym, yeah, it's all there.
Yeah,
all of it. I was one of like 5 people that probably didn't take anything.
Wasn't your gym in your garage or your trainer's garage?
Which one?
No, I'm just messing with you, man. I know you had a PT where you worked out in his garage.
No, I did have a PT. It was in a warehouse. That was in a warehouse, literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. But he kitted it out perfectly. Got there, and I was like, "This is amazing."
That wasn't the one that had needles.
That was the what?
That wasn't the one where you found the needles.
No, that was in my end gym. Yeah, that's probably the best way of describing it. I'm not going to name and shame them because I respect the guys that do it. Obviously, it takes a lot of time and effort to do that stuff. It's just. I wish they would be transparent about it. If you try and broach the topic with them about it, they get really iffy about it.
You respect the guys that take gear.
Yeah, and it's just
you respect or you appreciate.
No, I respect the work you put into it and the commitment you're doing to do that, because there's a lot of downsides that come with it, and I'm sure some of them have it down to a T what they're going to take to counteract the side effects of steroids. So whether that's you need to take, I mean, I'm just pulling shit out of the air here, whether you need to take something to counteract the amount of estrogen that's being produced, whether you need to take stuff in between cycles to stop it from shrinking so much. Like, I'm sure that there's a real science to it, and I'm sure it gets really dodgy and really fucked up, but I respect it, but I don't agree with it when you're not transparent about it. Okay. I need to make it clear that people don't just sit there and take steroids and get big. You still have to go to the gym. You still have to put in a lot of work. But there's a lot of side effects that come with it, in the sense that you start learning really bad form with high weights. And then when you come off it and you start trying to do the same weights, you're nowhere near it, and your body shrinks, and it messes with you mentally and it fucks with you. Right? There's
my question for you.
Big issue with that.
If you're not somebody in a position of power or influence, like the people we talked about, and or you're not selling, like Chris Hemsworth sells like a program.
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with it? So let's just play this out. I go on the gear.
Yeah.
I get hench. I'm not flaunting it. I'm not selling anything with it. I have okay reach. I'm not telling people it's easy. Like, I'm not saying as in how I got my physique. I won't. Is there anything wrong with that?
Are you telling people you're taking steroids?
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling them.
Okay. No. And when you say okay reach, what are you doing with your platform?
Nothing, as I am now. So I'm not posting pictures of my body.
So you're not posting anything. That's fine. That's cool. The bit that I take issue with is when someone comes up to you in the gym and says, "What do you do to get that big?" And they're like, "Oh, I just do like arms day, and then I do chest day, and then I do short. I'm like, listen, don't fucking lie to me, innit? Right?
And then I go home in
the
it.
shit
and
you're taking?
My mum makes sag in it, and then I eat the sag, and then
that's it. I fucking eat a whole patilla of sag, and then that's it. I'm Popeye in it.
That's
it.
Like,
come on, man. Stop lying to me, innit? Right? Just be open and honest about it. And I can envision kids who are like 17, 18, seeing like these fucking idols on Instagram and shit, just seeing all the shit around them, thinking, oh, I've just got to do what they do, and that's it, innit? And they're like, yeah, it's cool. I'll just follow that program. I'll get money made off me. And then when it doesn't work, they'll blame themselves, and they'll start being like, oh, it's my fault that it hasn't worked. Not they've got such a massive edge in a different world compared to me. And they don't ever take a second to consider that. They just blame themselves. Then you get unhealthy relationships with food, with the gym. It fucks up your personal life. It fucks up your self-esteem, your confidence. Like all those things start messing with people's head just because you didn't tell them you were taking something. That's it.
And like Jamie will always say to me, it's not sustainable. You know, he goes, we often look at it. There's one he loves to show me, which is what's his name? Wolverine. What's Wolverine's name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yeah. So he shows me Hugh Jackman pre-Wolverine.
Bro, the fucking name is the clues in the name. Hugh Jackman. Like
Jacked,
he got jacked taking that shit, man. It's ridiculous.
And then you see him
so big,
and they're like skinny and have like little belly. Like they're always seen like on beach holidays straight out.
Okay, even if you look at the Christian Bale when he was on The Machinist to the Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
He would drop to a record low weight to a record high weight in a very small period of time. Goran, that's nearly impossible to do naturally. You can't do it, man. You physically can't.
That I don't take issue with, because again, they're doing it for the film, and if they have to produce film, I don't see any other way of doing it.
Yeah, if you're doing it for the film, I'm fine with that. The bit that I take issue with is when they ask you how you do it and you just say, I take this supplement, or I take this and that's it. Or I do, I don't know, electronic shocks, like how Pewdiepie said in the video. I'm like, it's bollocks, man. It's all
dude
bollocks.
From Eternals. Well, you know what I didn't get? They showed that bit about the dude from Eternals.
What's his name? Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, then you see the film, and there's no point where you're actually seeing his ripped body.
No,
I was like, dude, what is the point? You're in there, you just look skinny in the film.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like jacked or anything. If you're going to do it, do it like Zac Efron in Baywatch, man. Like when I watched him and I saw that, I was like, that's when I first started gymming properly. I was like, Jamie, I want this body, man. I was like,
and that's the thing, isn't it? You want that body, but you're like, how did he get that body? And he might do a YouTube video showing him his workout. You're like, yeah, that's it. I just got to do the workout. No, why didn't you go look in his fridge and see the fucking shit that's in there, right? And then have a look at it. I do think that the movie theaters and movie studios have a part to play in this, which is they aren't transparent either. So if they say this person's on gear, it will make people feel a lot better about it. They'll be like, yeah, cool, you're open about it. The fact that they don't do it, and I think the actors are probably bound by it as well to say, well, not to say.
Robert Pattinson article about Batman.
Able to come out and say, I'm taking gear to get this big.
Robert Pattinson, I think he was alluding to that in that article.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He sort of alluded to it.
And even if you read about Zac Efron, he said, I've never been more unhappy than with that physique in Baywatch. He goes, it looks good, but man, they're telling me I can't drink water. I can't do this, can't do this, can't do. He goes, it's like 8% body fat. And to be honest, my kind of gym journey started around there. And then there came a point where Jamie said, look, you can look good with your clothes off, but it's not going to be that often, because how often do you take clothes off? Okay. Or you can look big with your clothes on. What do you want? And that's what changed me. I was like, I want to focus on strength. I want to get strong.
I think there is a balance in there. There is a balance in there. Like, you can look big with your clothes on, and that's cool. But I still think you need to have things somewhat in proportion. Don't have layers of fat.
Like, no. I'm not saying become a strong man. That's different.
Okay, cool. I just had to make that clear, innit? Right.
You like, I don't want you like benching like 160 in it, but like you got big tit and that, you know.
Yeah, I don't want none of that.
Then I'm like, what's the secret? And then when you interview, I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but then you interview me and I say, listen, you basically go to Soho Tavern and you have the whole mixed grill to yourself.
That's it, man. You have the whole, everything on the menu from 1 to 60. Done. Easy. Sorted, just shove it all in your mouth, man.
Masala fries, please.
That's it. 6 plates, please. All right.
6 plates.
But yeah, man, just all in all, it's fucking annoying, man. But I'm really glad that he's sort of come out and spoken about this. Like I've already said, the fitness industry is a bit of a scam. I'm not on my fucking soapbox here, but it is a bit of a scam. Just beware of the shit that you see, man, and the stuff that you find. Whether it's apps advertising to you like, just do this home workout and you'll get this animated physique that isn't fucking real, right? Just please don't buy into it. Find a PT of some sort and talk to them. And when you find your PT, genuinely ask them what their routine was like. Ask them if they've been on gear. There are some that you can see that are clearly on it. In my current local gym in London, there's one guy who is clearly juiced to his fucking tits, right? And he's an actual PT in the gym. And I'm like, this is wrong, man, because there's newbies that have come through at the start of the year. They're looking to you because you've got the biggest physique, which means you'll make the most amount of money in the gym compared to everyone else, which means you get the most amount of clients, which means you're going to be the most popular, but you're going to have the biggest turnover of people because they're going to keep coming in and out. And no one's going to know why. And they're not going to understand why because you haven't fucking told them that you're taking it. That's where I draw the line. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah. The best and I'd say the best truth that I was ever told is, look, this physique you want to get, like physique, unless even strength, we talk from a strength perspective, you want to bench 120, that will take you the best spot of 3 to 4 years to get to that.
Muscle growth is slow.
Yeah, exactly. And now, if I'm honest with you, so what year, where are we now, Indy? We're February 2022, yeah? I started seriously in the gym again after lockdown, September 2020. Okay, that's when I started seriously doing PT twice a week, rarely missed a session. Now I'm at the point where if I'm, I jump in the shower and I look at my physique, I'm like, okay, I can actually see some muscle now. To the point where when I haven't seen family now, they're like, man, you're getting big now. But that has taken time, takes time. And there was a point where I was getting strong. My weight was going like, to what I could do on the bar and everything was going up. I was like, Jamie, I still look flat, man. Like, why do I still look flat when I'm getting so strong? And so it just takes time. You have to be patient. Then, I tell you that I can shoulder press 70 and you fall off the chair because you're like, man, he's so strong. He should be in the Olympics. I'm like, bro, it's just, what? You know what it is.
Say it again.
Nothing, man. It's cool. Let's move on.
You're full of shit. That's what it is, man.
Look, listen. I've got great shoulders. Like you can see on the camera, guys. Just watch. Ready? Bang. Like these shoulders are just made for lifting.
Go on. I can't see anything. All I see is a trap and then your arm. That's it.
The shoulder. It's all here. This is where all my muscle is. You get me here, and I'm here, man. Like it's just game over. Game over.
But safe.